Hello, hello. This is Pigsy. We're going to go for a little night drive tonight. I've got my new phone, so we just see how it all goes. It's really weird tonight, it's really foggy. So it's got a bit of spookiness about it. I'll get my sleeves, cuffs out. Yeah. It's irritating when your sleeves are rolled up. And I don't know, tonight just talk about all sorts of things. So I saw something earlier on. It was a bit weird actually. It was a bloke. The bloke was walking down on the pavement. To be honest, it wasn't too far from this area really, and you know, it looks a bit foggy like it does now. But what happened was, as I saw him, it's like, imagine him driving along, we see this person on the side. I noticed him and I looked straight ahead. I checked my right wing mirror and thought about the turn and coming up, put the indicator on. I looked back towards this gentleman where he was and he disappeared. And I mean, to do them things it only took a second. So unless he jumped in a bush, I don't know how he just vanished. It was a bit weird really. So I thought, hey up. You're starting to see things, or it maybe was something unusual about him, I don't know. You just don't know sometimes. I mean, I always keep an open mind to these things. I mean, it's probably likely he just went around a corner and I only collected a certain amount of information when I saw him. But he was definitely a bloke, because I can remember the colour of his top. I can remember he was wearing a brown hoodie, which seemed to just, you know, and he had a pair of jeans and white trainers on. He just vanished. I wouldn't remember them details, see, because if it was just like an apparition, you wouldn't have such collective details, so I wouldn't be able to figure out it was a man. He did have his hoodie up, so I couldn't really see the body, so it could be there was something in a bush and my brain sort of structured it around what I saw. I hate this sometimes. You get cars and they think, well, because it's foggy, that's drive at our maximum speed through the fog. On the way down it's really thick, it might get another section. It seems to have calmed down a little bit, but earlier on I was just like a rolling cloud of fog, so it's pretty dodgy. That's why I think the lens of the camera's gone different now, and it's tuned in again. Yeah, it's quite interesting because it's got all these different camera lenses on this phone. It's also nice at night because there's just nothing around. You know, it's just this lockdown's got a certain beauty about it actually. So it's a bit of a happy lockdown. And I wonder if they eventually to get turned into a kind of celebration. You know, happy lockdown, and you know, you're doing your bit, but you're celebrating it, but you're celebrating doing that. I think it gets a bit earnest. I can't remember exactly the phrase I would use. I'm just thinking of it. Well, it just gets bloody over the top, to be honest. People say, "Oh, you're a hero. Wear your bloody mask and stuff." No, you're not. You're just a person that should be doing their duty, really. I don't know if masks will stop it. It's just the propaganda from the government to get people all sort of thinking and acting as one unit, basically. Okay. Yeah, like wear masks, use alcohol gel, get space, don't show any emotions, don't do anything. I mean, it'll get worse in future. I got so the other thing with this phone is I had one of these smart rings, and I got it Jack-Com. The only problem is I got hardly any bloody memory. The app was interesting because I could put my medical records and, well, I could put information on there, and you know, so if I was in some foreign land and I died, someone could pick up that ring and they could find information, or it could be that they just found me and I had no wallet or something and I was unconscious or whatever. But they could actually, if they knew it's a smart ring, they could access information. However, if they didn't even know I had a smart ring on, and I'd never seen one before, probably not. I did see a sort of wacky YouTube video. It had it's because the fog generates this near focus over a long focus effect on the camera. And it looks a hell of a lot brighter because it's got lenses are different on the phone, I guess. Just wonder it's not. There's no extra light coming across it. No, it's fine. It looks so bright. I was thinking, I wonder if it's got a light projecting out of it, but it hasn't. It's just got some night focus capabilities. So the other thing, yeah. So I saw this wacky video. This bloke put some money on his card and he went out and got a lot of munchies. Put some money on his card. Yeah, he put it onto his ring. So he could charge it up and transfer, and then just put his ring to the thing, and it would pay. Seemed a bit of a different system, but these things might become more routine. You might have people who've got the master ring. You know, it's like the ring to, rather the key to the city, the ring to the city. It's getting anywhere using a ring. That would be really bizarre. Just wander around, and if you fancy going in someplace, just put the ring against the key code access panel and just go in there. Give instant authorization. But there might be people in forces like that. I don't know what's going to happen. So the company, some of the companies I work for, one of them's given me some information, and it's just to say, hey, he's a key worker, that's why he's out here, under the authority of whatever, the CEO of the company, and something else put in my car says key worker as well. Because there'll be stop and searches at some point. They just stop and say, what are you doing out here? You know, all the curfews on. I don't know how it's all going to work. But eventually people will go nuts. I mean, I heard someone going on about slagging off carers and stuff. I heard it twice, this conversation, in a car park. So it's a crap job. But to be honest, it's a job. That's the key factor. It doesn't matter what people think of it. If you work in a field, you find a way to love your job. You know, if I was a farmer digging over earth all day long, I might think, bloody hell, this is boring. But if I make a lot of money and I do well from it, it's likely. Oh, come on, what are you doing that for? So I can pull out because that bloody guy. And yeah, it's likely to be a lot worse, basically. You know, it's like so you make the best of what you've got, and you've got a career, and you've got to make the best of it. I mean, for me, in the carer game, I get a lot of training, and a lot of that training is useful for other stuff in my life, like cross infections and stuff, and medical stuff to do with like the drugs and all sorts of things like that. They're quite interesting to know about that biology, and so I look at holistics as well. So I've expanded in my own private world, looking at holistical therapies and all sorts of things, and just keep an open mind on what the potential possibilities are out there, because we're not sort of limited in any way. Let's see how long we take to hang around here. Probably not that long. Yeah. No. It's like blue light there. See that? It's turned it blue. Green. I was looking at green. I was thinking, why has it got blue on it? It's using some sort of a UV filter on it. But it's mad, isn't it? Mad at night when it's all foggy. It's kind of, I don't know, the surreal part of it, or it's like Silent Hill. I expect to sort of get really thick and fog, and I go through it and end up somewhere completely different. Realise everyone's. It's not locked down. They've been taken by the fog. Ooh. Calling out into the wild. Yeah, get out of the roads. Okay, your bloody pimp boyfriend called Russell. Let's put him out the road. I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit hard. She's probably just a little girl under a little thing there, and you know, but she seems a bit lost. Very interesting, isn't it? Some people over the other side, hanging outside the Tesco's. basically the other thing with this lockdown is that a lot of these corporations are going to be growing bigger because people are just going to go to them, and it's just going to shove out small businesses. It's quite sad really for them, because it's going to crush them. We're just going to have a world full of Tesco's and bloody Asda's and things, and there'll just be little ones as well, there's little branches all over the place. And so the kind of the free spirit of people is removed. I mean, I know there's paying out money, government's paying out money, and I know all the money comes back to them anyway. They just limit the exports and imports and things. I mean, it might put some sort of control on it, because they don't want people sending money elsewhere. They want to keep it all locked down in the country. Things like investments, and there's also talk about things like pensions might be, they might use some of that money. What's going on here then? It's interesting. That's any problem hanging around. Look at this guy hanging around waiting for lights to change, and there's no traffic. So it's like, well, do they need to, I mean, they should probably have smart traffic lights. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't clicked on that. So if there's no cars, there's no reason for them to change. I mean, they've probably got some pattern anyway, but you know, it's just changing randomly all the time doesn't make any sense. They should probably be counting and letting a certain amount of people through, and then maybe they change. But then also the smart thing, they've got proximity. They can tell if there's cars approaching the lights. So if they're red and the other ones would let a certain amount through and then switch around. I started going this route because the other route was this roundabout, and some people just don't bloody check where you are on the roundabout, and it's a bit of a nightmare. So, anything else? Let's think of. Oh, it's a moisture. Is that moisture on the window? I don't know. Moisture on the camera lens. Who knows? Could be moisture on the inside. It was steamed up earlier. Yeah, I can think of just about on the. I think so. MGTOW, right? Okay, so I've been talking to a Russian woman. This is quite interesting, and I'm not too sure what to think. But she's writing very long letters. So she might be a real person, which would be absolutely fucking great, to be honest. I'm fed up with there's so many blooming scammers. It's unreal. I mean, she's not too sure if I just want to be a friend at the moment. So she keeps checking things. So she's trying to figure me out. I should play the game a little bit, be a bit mysterious. And it makes her want to try harder, I guess. So I don't mind doing that, but she was saying about basically in a village they gave her something like 40 hectares. The government sort of divided up the land and they gave it to the village holders, because I think collectively they might have just all used the same land, so they gave them some sort of property rights, and it's so they can redevelop the land. And she was saying, well, it's got a big chunk of land. I thought, here we go, she's going to ask for money or something. But she hasn't, she just mentioned about that was it. I'll stay there, come on, I don't want you coming out. For some reason, I never go down the bottom, there's a car park at the bottom. Where the Tesco's is, they tend to express, they can hang out near the front of it. Like, if they go in the car park, there's going to be drug addicts, or there's going to be bloody, get robbed or something, I don't know. There's nothing there, there's no bloody cars there at all. The only thing they had in the past was fly tipping, that's because there's no lighting around it. So I'll see how it goes. But I'll keep an open mind, and I can obviously talk to other people. It's not like I'm limited who I talk to. It's more of a friendship at the moment. But if someone's genuine, then they're not going to be pushing for things. They're not going to be asking for things and stuff like that. So it'd be, you know, interesting. She did ask for my phone number. I thought, hello. I thought she's only written to me twice. I mean, I'm a real person. I mean, I'll probably reply would be at some point we would, you know, share. But I'm not in a rush to share details. She's probably confused by that, because most guys would be like rushing to do that. But the thing is, you know, I've had so many fake people that I just don't want to give out my private information to people. And I'm also aware that people also look at the information you provide them, and what they're looking for is this information useful to hack into a profile, find out things about him, you know, try to get into people's accounts. They do it for Google because it's got these mind-numbing stupid questions to meant to prompt you to remember your password, like who's your favourite pet or something, or where did you grow up, or some, you know. But all someone's got to do is to at least had a chat with you, got a few details. You know, if they look it up, the place, they could start guessing, and they just type in a few things, because it's got unlimited. Really, it's not going to turn around and kick me out of my own account. I mean, it will say there's some security or some dodgy activity, and then I just change the password into a blooming serial code. It's just like, well, I can't get out into it, you know. It could be that something I've just looked up a packet of walkers or something. I've just written that code down. I mean, not if it's all the same on every packet of walkers, otherwise I could get into a problem. But there's also stuff on Edge. It's basically brought up all my list of passwords, and so I had to put in the password of the computer, but I was able to access all the passwords I use for different sites, and I thought, that's different. Which also is a security weakness. If you could hack into the computer, you can hack into all my passwords. You know, if you looked into it, it's just not something I want you to do, obviously. It's just something I noticed collectively putting the passwords into one place. But for the government, that's probably useful, so they could track what's going on in the background. Anything? Oh yeah, curly hair. So my hair goes curly depending on what I mean. It's curly, it's slightly curly anyway. It's going to be curly, but if I wash it with loads of shampoo, the shampoo sort of shocks the hair, I guess, because it bleaches it slightly. I notice it seems to go lighter after you use shampoo, and the other impact is that when I use a lot of moisturiser on it, it'll end up having these big curls, and then the curls will get kind of longer, and eventually I'll just straighten out a bit. It'll be really soft, my hair, but it's just like, you know, I don't know what the natural form is. There's a lot of people who've got different things, different hair stuff going on. I've done some other videos, so I'll probably end up sticking them all together. What else? Zach driving down the road like a tank. It's a big van. It could come right over. I was expecting to see it have like a big blooming icebreaker on the front of it or something. Just barge everything out of the way like Mad Max. Okay, yeah, I've done other videos, so I don't know if I might merge it into this. So if I do and it's not well edited, that's why. Anyway, this is peace on off. Have a great one, and speak to you soon. Bye.